And I promise you, we will fight this giveaway, this surrender of our sovereignty, of our money, of our fishing grounds, and everything else, and we'll fight it tooth and nail.
In this video, Nigel Farage gives a scathing speech at Reform UK's first London rally. Before we get into the details, if you love diving into political issues and enjoy hearing a principled take on them, then hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to join the conversation. It will help our channel reach a wider audience.
No one does pyrotechnics like Reform. And on May the 7th, across this country, there are going to be electoral pyrotechnics, the likes of which the other parties won't know what's hit them. You know, on a cold Friday evening in early January, to get a turnout like this in London is something that no other political party could do. And that's because, yes, of course, we know that Britain is broken. We know nothing works anymore. We know our politicians have been hopeless, led our country into decline. But we're not here because we're miserable. We're here because of one four-letter word. Not that one. Well, it could have been. No, we're here because we are providing something that none of the others can. We are providing genuine hope for the people of this country that we can turn things around. Now, on the international stage, the year has got off to the most extraordinary start. Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, was a very, very bad man. And his removal is a good thing, and well done, America. Well done, America. I mean, his illegitimate rule led to no fewer than 8 million people fleeing Venezuela. That's even more than have left Keir Starmer's Britain. Although I do worry at times our Prime Minister has similar, not the same, but similar authoritarian instincts. But what is going on right now in Iran is something that should give us great thought. Back in 2015, President Obama, the European Union, the British Foreign Office, and then later on Boris Johnson and all the rest did a deal with this appalling, evil regime that has been there for 50 years, that has continued their theocratic, appalling, barbarous rule. And I want to say this to those brave men and women out there on the streets of Tehran and elsewhere now, fighting to get back their freedoms, their liberties. As far as I'm concerned right now, long live the revolution. I pray for the Persian people. The Persian people are wonderful people. They're great people, educated people, brilliant people. And I pray for them, for their safety and their freedom. But of course, we can't even begin to discuss global politics without the war in Ukraine. I found it quite extraordinary that our failing Prime Minister, by the way, he's now the most unpopular Prime Minister there's ever been. I'm sure there are some supporters of Keir Starmer in the room here tonight. Well, I tried. It's my time on GB News. I have to seek balance, you see. Otherwise, Ofcom will kick me off. He went to Paris had the summit with Zelensky, had the summit with President Macron. Did you watch him delivering his speech? Classic Starmer. This shows you why this man is not fit to be the leader of this country. He stood with a sheet of paper, giving a statement, committing British troops after a peace deal to go into Ukraine for an unlimited period of time. And he had to look down at his notes every 2 seconds. Do you know when he was elected, on July the 5th, he stood outside Downing Street, delivered a 9-minute speech, and had to look at his notes 158 times. We're led by a man who frankly believes in nothing. We're led by a man who doesn't have a goal, a vision, which is why he gets blown around by events. His 12th U-turn is going to be on the pubs. Mind you, I quite like his U-turns. He's not a leader. But he said he was the head of the coalition of the willing. But who else was there with him? Macron, Starmer. Where were the Germans? Not going to commit to anything. Where were the Italians? Giorgia Meloni was out the back having a fag. When we went into Afghanistan in 2002, on day one, there were 18 countries committing troops and money and resources. By the end of the Afghanistan campaign, 51 nations had taken part. This coalition of the willing, this commitment to British troops, and bear in mind, in 14 years of Conservative government, our armed forces were hollowed out in what I think is the most shameful way. The coalition of the willing isn't the 18 that went into Afghanistan, isn't the 51 that served there in the end. It's 2. It's us and the French. And frankly, and this matters, because if we do get a peace deal, I do not want an under-resourced, an undermanned, an underfunded, an under-equipped British army going into a mission of indeterminate length at massive cost, when frankly, all we've got are our friends, the French, with us. But it sums up Starmer. He thinks of everything in terms of the international order, in terms of what do the others think of us. He's even prepared not just to give away the Chagos Islands, but to pay to give away what's already ours. And now, despite manifesto commitments, he's now doing his best to give away our parliamentary sovereignty, to give away your rights as voters, and to betray something that will enjoy its 10th anniversary on June the 23rd next year. The Brexit referendum. You remember it, the greatest exercise in democracy ever exercised in this country. And despite everyone telling us we'd lose our jobs, we'd lose our houses, plagues of black locusts would descend on our country, we told the establishment where to go. We voted to leave. We voted to take back control of our own country. A huge historic moment. The trouble was, The Tory government just never believed in it and didn't fully deliver it. In fact, in terms of the millions that voted to control our borders, the millions that voted to reduce the numbers coming into Britain, what do we get? The opposite. The very opposite. At the peak of the Boris wave, net 1 million people came into Britain in the space of just 1 year. And it's a betrayal for which the Conservative Party will never be forgiven, and that is why we're here. We are replacing the Conservative Party. Oh, they might hang on for a bit, but they're done. They're done just in the way the Liberals were almost exactly 100 years ago.
Just days after announcing Laila Cunningham as Reform UK's mayoral candidate, Nigel Farage and Reform UK kicked off their first London rally. What has been the pull toward reform? People are looking for leaders who respect them and care about their concerns. They want leaders who will work for them rather than for everyone else. They need a party with a vision that believes in principles. They need leaders who are willing to stand up for the values of family, community, and country. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.